Family continues to mourn the loss of a woman murdered in Indianapolis. Hear what they have to say about possible findings. And a new addition made its debut in downtown Terre Haute. Find out what's brewing at the crossroads of America. Good afternoon. I'm Jordan Kudisch in for John Swanner, who's on assignment. Now, it's the last day of September, and we have fall-like weather to prove it. Here's Storm Team 10's Brady Harp. Good afternoon, Brady.
Good afternoon. That's right.
Well, there's something brewing in downtown Terre Haute. Federal Coffee opened its doors just yesterday at 7th and Wabash. And I got the chance to sit down with the co-owner who explains why he chose to open amid a pandemic. Coffee beans from Kansas City, bakery items with a Swedish twist, and a touch of Terre Haute flair. Step inside Federal Coffee and find foods.
There's so much energy in the shop. It's bustling and it's busy right now.
Co-owner Chris Kraut says people are lining up for a taste of something new.
And I'm Swedish, and so I took some Scandinavian style and applied that to the interior.
It's a small touch to a building that already holds so much natural beauty.
The beautiful tin ceiling and the vintage tile floor were already there, so it's really been easy because the building has natural charisma.
You'll come for the historic structure, but you'll stay for the espresso.
Try an Americano, try our espresso pretty clean, or our lattes are great. We do our own pumpkin spice latte.
Despite the hardships other businesses may be facing to keep their doors open, Federal Coffee decided the time was now to make their debut.
I really felt like it was the right time to either pivot or stand still, and I knew that if I didn't pivot, our small business, which we're also a catering company, I knew that we would have to close.
And one cup of joe at a time, Kraut says they're bringing a sip of happiness to uncertain times.
Just warmth and familiarity, I think, is really important right now when everything else seems to be a little crazy. So I think it's nice to have a predictably really good cup of coffee here at Federal.
News 10's Jordan Kudisch was a media witness for that execution. She joins us now live. Jordan, quite a day, quite an experience. Explain to us what you saw when you got to the execution chambers.
Sure. So, Rondrell, when I got there, the room was not as I expected. It was small. The thing that I remember the most was that the room was green and white, just these tiles. It was very old school. And it smelled like a hospital. It was very medical, you know, that smell. So it was way different than I expected.
So you're sitting there and you're waiting for the proceedings to begin. What happened once the proceedings begun?
Right. So, you know, all day I was waiting. We're waiting, and the next thing I know, the curtain just came up. I was not expecting it to happen that fast. The curtain was quiet. I was expecting for it to be loud. I didn't hear much. And I had another journalist actually tap me and say, "Turn around, it's happening." The curtain came up, and the first thing I saw was a body. Obviously, LaCroix's body, and he was heavier than I was expecting. You know, the photos we look at are from 20 years ago. He looked way different than I expected.
Did he have any last words?
Yes, so I have it here. It was very confident the way that he said this. He said, "Sister Batista is about to receive in the Postal Service my last statement." And again, he was very confident when he said that.
Okay. Finally, when they administered the lethal injection cocktail to him, walk us through what happened then.
So his breathing, he started very calm. And that's what surprised me the most. I thought he'd be nervous. He seemed calm. The next thing I noticed was his stomach started moving. And I had talked to, you know, everyone else who has seen this kind of thing, Aaliyah, Sarah, Heather, and they told me, you know, you couldn't really tell there was too much going on. It was very calm. Well, that's the opposite of what happened for me. His stomach was going up and down. It was very intense. He was grasping for air. I mean, he was literally grasping for the rest of his life, the last breath. And that's what got me. My legs started shaking. They're shaking now. It was intense. And then the next thing I saw was his mouth drop and the eyes close. And I knew he was dead. I've never seen a dead person in my life. I could tell he was dead through his fingertips and through his lips. His lips were nude. The color just drained from them. The color drained from his fingertips. So like I said, I've never seen anyone dead in my life, but I knew at 9:06, before they even announced it, I looked at my watch, I knew that he was dead.
Wow. Wow. Very riveting details there. You're going to have much more for us tomorrow morning on News 10, we believe. Jordan Kudisch, very good reporting today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I thought that she installed something that would help keep her eyes on her kids, but it turned out her Ring camera allowed someone else to see right into her 8-year-old daughter's room. The father of a local teen says that he's glad there's a verdict that's in his son's shooting death, but he's left with a lifetime of pain. Gage Uop died in a shooting in August of 2018. A jury found Dylan Morgan, that's the man on your screen, guilty of his murder just last week. News 10's Dominic Miranda spoke with Gage Uop's father today in an exclusive interview. We sure didn't get that white Christmas that many people wanted. In fact, we were in kind of a stretch for pretty warm weather. Storm Team 10's Chris Piper joins us with what he's seeing.